And we would like to invite the next speaker, which is Saber Feki from Saudi Arabia. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone, for the chance to give you an update on the status of HPC in Saudi Arabia and the impact at the national level. So from the map, we'll talk mainly about KAUST, but also we'll cover several other HPC implementations in the kingdom from colleagues and partners. So I'll start with KAUST. HPC has been in our DNA from the beginning of KAUST in 2009. We started with an IBM Blue Gene system, 64,000 cores, and then we built up a 6 years upgrade after that with the Shaheen II supercomputer, the Cray-XC system, 200,000 CPU cores. At that time, still AI didn't pick up. And then we moved to the third generation. That's where we started having a heterogeneous system with two components. The first with the CPU of AMD Genoa at 880,000 CPU cores. So that's massive system. And then the GPU components with 2,800 Grasshopper. We just deployed it. It started running real science this week. You can see all of these systems are top 20 systems in the top 500 when they are installed. The number one in the Middle East as well. And other notice is besides the performance, there is a massive energy improvement, like energy efficiency from system to system at least 5 times. And as you can see, there is a factor of 9 to 10x when we move to CPU to GPU. Besides Shaheen that we use at our large-scale system, we have a small, medium-sized cluster called IBEX with a few hundreds of nodes and a few hundred GPUs that we deployed, mainly because multiple reasons. So one is the agility of this system in terms of refresh. So we have a yearly refresh to adapt to the requirement of researchers. Like genomics and bioinformatics suddenly ask for a 3 terabyte system. We bring it online in the next year. We have AI picking up while we have Shaheen II. Then we have to bridge with IBEX on the GPU side with this system. Some success stories from the CPU side as we deploy them in 2023. The climate change research, mostly fundamental also from the algorithmics to the mathematics to the real science, collaboration of multiple faculty members at KAUST, and resulted in our KAUST winning the world the ACM Golden Bell Prize in climate change. The science was run on Shaheen III CPUs. Of course, to win the Golden Bell, we got to run on much bigger systems as well. On the bioinformatics, we have won the award in HPC Wire, the best use of HPC in life science. That's on a project on 20,000. We're getting to 19,000, 20,000 rice genome projects. That's really very interesting because no organization in the world in this consortium could have the computational power to do this. We started with 3,000 genome on Shaheen II on 200,000 cores, and we only could get to this level on Shaheen III. And this really have a new insight for the whole world in terms of agriculture. So those new crops will be very important for the agriculture worldwide to sustainably feed the world in 2050. And that's the ultimate goal. And we started with rice genome, because it's one of the main grains that is used, but we are extrapolating to future ones in the future. On the weather forecast, we have an oil spill modeling system that is generated with our researchers, Professor Hotait, and that's working hand in hand with the oil and gas company, Saudi Aramco. That weather forecast model can detect in real time, thanks to Shaheen, if an oil spill happens, what are the predictions hour by hour in terms of how we're going to manage that. Different scenarios can be managed, and then you can tackle it effectively. On the GPU side, we start having the first projects. We'll go briefly around them. So Professor Bernard Ghanem is working on the application of AI for material science, finding new materials in a cost-effective way from computational perspective to find the next generation coating for greenhouses or the next more efficient solar panels. Professor Jürgen Schmidt-Huber, who is the father of LSTM, also is working on new fundamental models to really change and optimize the AI models moving forward. Professor Wada is working on a kilometer scale system in terms of climate modeling. As you can imagine, this is very unique and very hard problem. He will require the whole system, 2,800 GPU, to scale to that level with the ICON software. I think today they did the first runs, and then we're scaling quickly as we move forward. And the last one, Professor Matteo Parsani on the CFD and mechanical engineering, who's doing acoustic simulations and assessment of urban cities. Other colleagues and partners in the kingdom that we work with, updates. Saudi Aramco has 2 top 500 systems already. They were in the top 10, top 20. One focused on seismic imaging, the MEM7 with 8,000 V100. And then Rawar is the next system with CPU-based 5,600 AMD nodes. It was 19 in the world. As you can imagine, those systems are getting older. They're just using them for seismic, reservoir modeling, and other simulations. And then they lately announced a new project at large scale, $370 million, to really advance seismic imaging and reservoir modeling at the Saudi Aramco. Next is National Center of Meteorology. They have a CPU cluster with 76,000 cores. As you can imagine, this is critical for the country. They are working on different models from weather prediction, dust and solar. Those goes hand in hand as we work aggressively in building solar farms in the kingdom. We have the sun, obviously, but then the enemy is the dust, right? So we try to find out what are the least dusted area such that we can place solar panels there more effectively. On the hydraulic side, we have a sea wave model, an ocean model, but also most importantly, saving lives, which is the flash flood model. This is running in production daily, maybe 4 times every day. We don't get so much rain, but when we get them really heavy. And there are casualties happens. So with this model now, we have early notification to the citizens such that they take precautions and avoid these life-threatening events. Humane is the new large-scale cloud initiative in the kingdom. It was announced a year and a month ago exactly. And they really very well funded from the Public Investment Fund, and they are looking at the full stack from data centers at the core to building large-scale compute, talking about tens of thousands of GPUs, to building AI models to shift to applications. This is toward the sovereignty of AI in the kingdom, and it's going to collaborate across sectors. Lastly, I have another AI company called Tahakum. They just deployed one system. I couldn't put it because it was announced today in the top 500. ES, it's number 51 in the top 500. Roughly 1,000 GPU, 48 petaflops, raw HPL performance, and they are working on public safety applications. For the last minute, I would like to announce the Saudi HPC and AI conference that we will have at KAUST. It's a rotating event across the kingdom from different universities and academic and other institutions. We hosted it in 2012, 2017, and this year you're welcome to join us as well. 26th to 28th of October are the tentative dates. And that's where we share best practices and see how we can forge these collaborations locally and internationally. With that, thank you very much and open for questions if there is time.
Yes, we have about 30 seconds for a quick question. Can you go to the microphone? Or take 30 seconds to go to the microphone, probably. That's okay, I think.
Thank you, Saber. That was an awesome talk. I just want to find out, do you have any collaboration with Saudi Aramco and Pascal to maybe look at quantum-centric supercomputing? Thanks.
Yeah, in the quantum side, we are exploring all the opportunities there and the technology, scouting at KAUST. Professor David Key is here in the audience. He's working with other colleagues to look at different opportunities and where it fits within the ecosystem computing at Saudi Aramco. They built their own lately with Pascal, and the second one is just announced as a public cloud available also to other users. With that, thank you.
So thank you very much. So I would like to invite